Yo, what's up, guys? JT Rowdy here, coming to you guys. I streamed earlier at the GTA. It's kind of dead, server, whatever. So I was just watching YouTube, and I was like, why not watch this with stream or something? I see other streamers just watch YouTube and stream it, so I guess why not? The YouTuber I'm gonna be watching, right now at least, is gonna be Penguins. He has a couple videos out that I'm interested in watching, so yeah, here we are. I mean, ad, of course, but.
The internet, I feel like I've seen it all. I'm like the Oracle from the Matrix. Nothing surprises me anymore. Yet, today I bore witness to something so tragically embarrassing on Twitch that it's making me reflect, and it's put me in a very somber state. I feel as though I'm at a funeral service. A streamer invited one of her mods to hang out with her in real life, and then did a stream that was an hour and 25 minutes of agonizing, miserable, inhumane torture. Waterboarding would have felt more pleasant for this mod, I imagine. She spends the entire stream basically just insulting him. He is the butt of every one of her jokes, and she kind of just reduces him to a spittoon for her and her chat to spit in and make fun of. Now, I think punching bags get treated with more respect than this guy did, and it only got worse the longer the stream went on. She had a donation goal where if the stream gave her $500, she would kiss him.
Oh god, fuck. Sorry, one more shot, guys. Dang. If you ever want to get drunk really fast, just have to kiss till you'll be fucked up by the time the night's over.
That is soul-crushing.
She said, if you ever want to get drunk so fast, you gotta kiss him? That's kind of mean, bro.
Mean-spirited. That is downright diabolical. Saying if you want to get
drunk,
I
agree.
Just try and kiss Dilly, you'll be fucked up by the end of the night. Saying that you have to be hammered to want to kiss this guy. And this is the attitude for the entire stream. So she makes it pretty clear that she can't really stand to be around him unless she is extraordinarily drunk. So the whole time she is drinking throughout the stream, they reach the donation goal, so now she's obligated to give him a little smooch.
Kiss him on cheek.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Can you come closer?
Okay, this close? Okay.
Yes!
Okay. Whenever you're ready.
Can you pucker up? Pucker up!
This is I have small lips.
You snotted on me. You just snotted on me.
This is my alley.
Kiss on the lips.
Little snots went on my leg.
It did?
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Oh my god.
Alright, come on.
Okay.
Sorry. I need to wash my mouth.
If I was watching a hostage video where someone had kidnapped my grandmother...
I have an opinion, but I gotta skip this ad first.
They're threatening...
Not...
to slip her
I let
throat
it boil
unless I
for a
paid
little
the
bit.
ransom. I would honestly find that video to be less cruel and more humane than this Twitch stream I just watched. This is absolutely brutal. My heart breaks for this guy. I don't know who he is. I don't know what he's done to deserve this, but this is like a divine punishment here. This whole thing was her idea. This was her donation incentive. And now she's acting like it was the worst thing that ever happened to her. It's so bad. She's got to go rinse
she
her
react like
mouth
that?
out. She's got to fucking brush her teeth and scrub
Seems
it all
kinda fake
down
to
with
me.
soap and bleach just to try and erase the stain that his lips put upon hers. It's just evil. This whole stream is her basically just bullying this guy.
Well. Jesus Christ. Well. Are you okay?
I'm good.
Okay.
Bro, and... You asked if she's okay? Just had that reaction. You asked if she's okay. What?
I'm back, guys. Sorry. I'm good. I'm good.
She's putting on this big song and dance about how gross and disgusting this was.
Yeah.
When it was her idea. She's
Yeah.
doing this just to make him feel even worse and put on a show for her chat at this guy's expense. Like, oh, this loveless loser virgin flew all the way here, and oh, I just had to kiss him. Like, that's so mean. And this should be a wake-up call to her chat that, like, donates money to her under this idea that she's going to like them or something like that, or parasocially donating to her because they think that they're going to be friends or even more than that. This should be the biggest wake-up call. Your third eye should be fucking beaming from your forehead right now with this out there. This is her mod, someone who literally, like, does a ton for her, and this is how he's getting treated in front of everybody. That's what she thinks of you as well. Now, like I said, it's not just this viral moment here. The very beginning of the stream comes out fucking guns blazing, going hog wild about this guy having no shot with her and that she doesn't even really respect him at all.
Started that way.
Yeah, Dilly's living the dream. Aren't you so happy to be here?
Yeah. It's my dream, y'all.
Yeah, I've been posting pictures of Dilly every single day on Discord, and this guy cannot hang. Dilly's eyes are fucked. It's because I have cats and he's allergic, and he has allergy medicine. Doesn't he look like Gru from Despicable Me? Sorry, every time I see Dilly, I just start laughing.
This is the very beginning of the stream. This is chapter 1. It's not even chapter 1. This is the prologue. And she immediately comes out of the gate saying that he looks like Gru from Despicable Me, and she can't help but laugh when she sees him. The stream doesn't even make it 5 full minutes without her making sure to insult him in front of everybody. He's just getting publicly flogged immediately. She is flaying him alive throughout most of the stream. Again, this whole hour and 25 minutes is basically just make fun of Dilly, and let the chat make fun of Dilly too. It's so mean-spirited. And this guy, again, I don't know anything about him. He wasn't even creepy or weird or awkward. He seemed like just a very normal guy.
Yeah, it seems chill.
He even seems pretty nice and really not weird. Yes, he does come across as like a little lonely and a little socially shy, but there's no like red flags or anything.
Maybe because he is in front of her chat, right? So that's her audience and her people, and he doesn't really know how to like react. I don't know. If I was like in his shoes and like one of my female friends invite me over to their place and then they have like a giant chat going, I'm gonna be like more reserved and more quiet. That wouldn't mean I'm lonely. I'm just gonna be like, meh. All right. I would just like kind of like quietly react to stuff. I wouldn't really do anything.
Nothing alarming about this guy at all. This must have been hell on earth for him to not only get invited out by the person that he clearly cares about since he mods for her, but to go there and then just be perpetually insulted directly by that person and the community that you mod for, having all these tomatoes thrown at you throughout the whole thing. And on top of all of that, be surrounded by cats which trigger his allergies. The misery must...
The whole thing sucks because people who follow their content creators, they are going to defend them to the death. Like on Twitter, you go on Twitter, people like an anime, they're like, oh, if you like this other anime or think it's better, oh, you're dumb, you're this, you're that. Oh, you're not a real anime fan if you like whatever, and that anime is an anime, bro. Like, and I'm just saying that for this, like, that's what's happening. Like, this can be a trash content creator doing something wrong, but her fan base is going to sit there and be like, oh, yes, she's in the right. I agree with her because she's an amazing person, a simp for or whatever. Like, he literally said they send her money for a parasocial relationship, which I only recently found out what that means. Apparently, like, people who view and watch these streamers think that they're the big person or whatever. I'm listening, like, or not big person, but they're gonna get something from that streamer. That streamer's gonna like them. Nah. I mean, I appreciate comments and stuff, but I don't think I'd end up dating someone just because they sent me money. Nah.
Must have been indescribable. Like, I'm getting parasocial with it because I actually just really do feel bad for him here. Like, brother, come on. Have some more self-respect. Have some more confidence. You deserve it. You deserve better than this treatment here. That was just so mean. Now, I already know the cope. I know what the excuse is going to be. Oh, she's clearly just pushing his buttons. They're just joshing around. They're very close friends, obviously.
Friends don't do that.
I don't get that impression at all. These are jokes I would tell to even my best friend Matt, who I've known since middle school. a lot of what she says to and about Dilly is just downright nasty. I would never say to Matt, like, the only reason, you know, your wife ever kissed you is because she must have been blackout drunk and forgot what you looked like or something. That's just so fucked up. And, like, she makes statements like that pretty often throughout this stream. These aren't really jokes. She is just insulting this guy as much as possible to make him a laughing stock for her stream.
Cute couple, Vivi are not dating. I did not claim this.
Yo.
Sorry,
This?
that's so mean. But I'm
Him.
So yeah, 1
This?
hour stream, so every minute counts. I made a donation goal of $500. I will kiss Dilly. So we hit it. But hopefully, I will be drunk for that. Let's take the
Yeah, he
first
didn't
one
even
of the
mention it.
night.
He just
Yeah,
sit. Look,
Dilly?
No.
he's just sitting
The way
there.
she responded to the cute couple statement seemed like she was genuinely offended anyone would even say something like that. Now, keep in mind, she's still sober right here, so this is still her insulting him with the training wheels on. She hasn't even taken the gloves off yet. It gets really bad shortly after.
I made all the boys go with Dilly to help change his pants. So I think Dilly threw away his chunky throat pants in the trash. Dilly had the same size hands. Oh my
No,
god.
God.
You have baby hands.
No way.
Yeah,
Weird.
we have the same size hands. That means you have a small dick.
The astute observers out there will have noticed that I put the stream to 2x speed during her story times, and I'll openly admit to it. The reason is because it was genuinely painful listening to her tell those stories, because it's just
Sounds like a
shitting on
B
Dilly.
word.
She's putting him on blast
Capital
as
B.
frequently as possible, sharing his most embarrassing moments. So, giving his lowlights. Here's the worst of moments with Dilly. Here's what Dilly did that was so embarrassing last night. You guys need to hear this. It's just, again, so unnecessarily mean. And then, of course, she has to do something about penis size. So she says, we have the same size hands, which means you have a tiny dick. Your hands aren't
Yeah.
even the same size. His hands
No, his is
are
bigger.
visibly bigger than yours. But again, this is just being rude for the sake of it. Nobody is meaner to tier 3 subs or Twitch mods than the streamer themselves, it seems. She is so much nastier to her mod than anyone on Twitter has ever been to any mod for any streamer ever. Now, there are a couple times in the stream that she says that they're good friends, so it's all, you know, in good fun. And what a load of dirty barnacles. I think she says that to try and...
I had friends like that in like 2nd grade through middle school, right? Like this kid named Tate, right? I don't care about his last name. You guys know where I'm from, so you're not gonna figure out who he is. But in elementary school, 2nd, 3rd grade, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, we're best friends, we're best buds." And next thing you know, he's like talking trash about you to like other kids, and you just happen to hear it because you're nearby, but he doesn't realize you're there. So he's talking to his other friends who are your friends, talking trash about you, and they don't defend you. So you're just sitting there like, well, that kind of sucks. Like, it hurt when I was a kid, but I don't know why I still kept being friends with him. I just kind of like sat there like, all right. Like I was new to the school at the time. He showed me around the school. He was like a grade ahead of me, so I guess I looked up to him a little bit. I don't know.
convince Dilly, and Dilly, he believes it. Dilly's bought into that fantasy. This does not strike me as two people that are friends. This strikes me as her using him for content, as a punching bag. That's what this all seems like. No friend dynamic is like this. No friendship goes like this. Of course you're going to joke around with your friends. You're going to get mean with your friends, but at the end of the day, you're close, and you know that there's no actual bad blood or malicious intent there. I do not get that vibe from this interaction at all, because it is unrelenting for an hour and 25 minutes, and what I'm about to show you here, I think is the most foul thing that she said throughout it.
Oh my god, so either go back with my ex or get with Tilly for 6 months. Fuck. Okay, so in case you guys know or don't know, I don't want to say his name out loud. This ex fucking traumatized me. He had a gambling addiction, drug addiction, porn addiction. Like, he actually fucked me up. Okay, so either go
Damn.
through trauma and emotional abuse or date Tilly for 6 months. Try to get back with my ex. Okay, next question. Is it true that you're
It's in 2x speed because, again, she was going...
She was her ex or the nice dude who'd been okay, even like what's platonically, right? Platonically dating for 6 months. You don't do nothing, you just close, right? She wouldn't want to do that over mental abuse and actual abuse. That's crazy. Like, what is she trying to do with this stream? I wonder. like trying to like say, hey, anyone like this mod, he got no shot. He thinks maybe she realizes she likes him or he likes her. Excuse me. Maybe she realizes he likes her, so she feels like she has to put him down to subtly show that she has no interest. But I don't know. Girls are mean sometimes, and not all. When girls are mean, sometimes they don't really realize they're being mean, and they're actually really mean. If that makes sense. So they'll be like, "Yeah, no, I don't like this." So there's gonna be people in the stream like, "Oh, you like?" And she's like, "No, no, no." I've been like what he said, embarrassment. Like, no, no, no. This dude's ugly. This guy's this. This guy's that. And that's I don't know why she'd be embarrassing me. Look, seems chill, seems cool. He takes it, doesn't complain, he doesn't even say anything. Like most of the thing is just her talking and putting him down, man. I would walk out. I bet. Think me this way, fine. Maybe I'm gonna find someone else who actually cares about me.
Going on
Help them
a
out.
montage of degrading him. And then it got to that question. Would you rather get back with your ex, who apparently traumatized her, or date Dilly for 6 months? And she chooses her ex, and then just laughs it off. She would rather be in, I guess, this emotionally abusive situation that she called it, and be traumatized, than be with Dilly for 6 months. Why would you even answer this question in the first place? That is so fucked up. I was stunned when that came around. Like, she knows Dilly is clearly interested in her romantically, and yet she uses that as the butt of the jokes. Like, half of the stream is making it clear that she feels she is so out of his league, so superior to him, that the comedy is that people would even suggest there's a chance. So this question rolls around, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I'd definitely just go back with the ex. Definitely wouldn't go back or go with Dilly for 6 months. I'd rather be emotionally abused than spend time with this guy." In front of his face too. The guy who basically does work for you on your streams by modding, who has also now gone out of his way to hang out with you in real life and on your stream for your content. And now he has to sit there and hear that you would rather be emotionally abused and traumatized than date him for 6 months. This guy who obviously cares about you. I can't even imagine what a statement like that must feel like to hear. And he has to keep himself composed because she's broadcasting all of this to her audience publicly. I've never met anyone that I've had any kind of relationship with, a friend or even an acquaintance, that has said something that even teeters on as mean as what she just did right there. And she did it right to the face of someone who very clearly cares a lot about her. Now, she laughs it off and moves on to the next question, and I think Dilly has been brainwashed by her into thinking that he's a good friend of hers. But Dilly, I'm just going to hit you with the cold water. Friends don't treat each other this way. She is treating you like a subhuman pile of garbage.
Me personally, I would not hit. So, yeah, there is a right or wrong answer. Well, me personally... How about you rate me first?
10 out of 10.
Oh, but you know, I'm not
As
ready.
be
How much
nice.
did you drink?
That means I'm a 6. It's okay.
If it was I said that out loud.
Oh.
Anyways.
Again, it's just an absolute flurry of disrespect from her towards Dilly. But I wanted to show this clip.
Yeah, that anyways, her adding that, it's her realizing it's mean, so she moves on. I feel like she's yeah, but she's gonna continue doing that, isn't she? I think she feels awkward because she expected to be back and forth. Like he roasts her a little bit, she roasts him a little bit. Maybe she's trying to like push for that. Possibly if this is just them being friends or her. I don't know. I don't know. The situation is very complicated because she gives off a lot of mixed signals, but unsure.
Here at the end, because I think this is a great summation of how this whole experience went, where he rates her a 10 out of 10, and then she refuses to rate him, so he playfully is like, "Oh, okay, that must mean like I'm a 6." And then she didn't have to say anything. She could have just moved on to the next question.
Yeah, she could have just left it.
But she went out of her way to let him know that that's not the case. So she says, if it was a 6, I would have said it out loud. Anyway, just trying to take another little stab, drive the dagger deep inside of his heart here to let him know that he is beneath her. He's not a 6 to her, and he needs to know it. It's so
Rude.
unnecessarily mean. It's just being an asshole and nothing more. She puts him down every chance she can find. She attacks every single one of his perceived weaknesses in her eyes, and is doing everything in her power to publicly humiliate and degrade him. It is not friendly. There is nothing jovial about this whole stream at all. It is mean-spirited and just really fucking sad. Like I mentioned, there was a couple of times she tried to cushion the blows, like, oh, we're such good friends, this is all okay. And then when one of the questions during Truth or Drink is, what was your favorite thing about Dilly? She says that he's nice, and that he's like just super nice and not awkward.
Nice guys,
Those
finish
are the
last.
only
Known that.
couple of instances where she wasn't just shitting on him. And I think she did that because she could see from the chat that people were dogpiling onto Dilly.
Oh, yeah.
And it is just a really uncomfortable stream entirely.
How like
That's like what I said earlier. When there's fans of like a streamer and they are fans to the point they give them money, they're gonna follow that person and their beliefs. And like that person leads them like Buffalo, opposite a mountain. That whole fan base, they don't care. It's gonna follow them right off the mountain. And the thing is, they don't get punished for it, and they won't get punished for it because there's chatters hiding behind screens.
is it for him to pick up a girl tonight?
Can I answer this honestly?
Honestly, you're not getting shit. I think maybe a girl
Bro,
can dance.
see, and then she wants to keep him in her circle. She's like stringing him along. Like she knows he likes her, so she's like, nah, push you away a little bit. Look at his reaction. He's just rubbing his eye. It's probably because cat allergy, but like that. Look at the awkward smile, bro. I mean, you guys can't see it that well, but he's not. I don't think he likes that response. That's mean. That is really mean. Like maybe she just wants him and his affection and his attention for just herself. But she doesn't want to commit to a relationship with him because she's afraid of what her chat will think. Probably. She's probably in denial.
That's with you, you know?
That's a win.
But there's no way. I don't think you're getting any girls' numbers. Or going home with. I'm gonna say it's a 0 out of 10.
Well, obviously, I wouldn't bring anyone back here, but
I would let you. I'm a good friend. So if you want to bring a girl back here,
And now the point's gone. Like, this doesn't... See, push and pull. She doesn't want to feel like it looks like she's jealous or liking him, I guess. I don't know.
can.
It's weird.
But I'm just being honest. I don't see it. Prove
It's
me wrong,
annoying.
though. You know, prove me wrong.
I was perfectly content
Prove me
to
wrong.
not show you any more clips from the stream. I was just about to end the video, but then I remembered this moment, and I just had to showcase it. Even if it's not directly about her, she won't even let him think he has a chance with any girl, for that matter. None. Like, he's not even allowed to go into the club with a good mindset. They're going to a club later this evening, and they were getting hype for it. Like, chat was asking, hey, do you think he has a chance with a girl? And this was her response to it. He's not even allowed to have a good mentality going into it because she's already shitting on him beforehand to bring his self-esteem down. It's just bullying. Like, she is just a bully to this guy. It just doesn't end. He's not allowed to breathe for a second, A, because of the allergies that he's subjected to, but B, because she is constantly this miasma of hate to him. Like, it's just so negative. If this was actually any semblance of a friend, she would have lifted him up like, yeah, you're gonna get some pussy tonight, let's go, you know, let's have a good time out there tonight. That's not what she's doing. She's immediately putting him down. Again, for the millionth time this stream.
Who's better looking, Dilly or your ex? My ex. Next question. Do you ever have any feelings
What?
for any of your mods, including him? Hell no. That's why they're my mods.
Last
She's embarrassed.
stream, I promise, but I thought this was an important one.
She doesn't want to
I
admit
have for a long time preached about how awful
Nah, she like
parasocial
him.
relationships are and how prevalent it
The
is.
hell no.
I think
Why
hearing
do you have to
her
go?
say
Hell
this should have
no.
snapped a ton of people out of that mentality that just by donating to somebody or modding for somebody in this case, that all of a sudden
Nah,
they're
she
gonna
keeps her
somehow
top
develop
down,
feelings
and
for
that's
you or
why
something.
people stay in her
Doesn't
stream.
happen. It won't happen, and that is not a healthy mindset for you as a viewer to be in. I wanted to put this here because she just says it with her whole chest right in front of Dilly again. Per
Yeah, her whole
usual here
chest.
for this stream. But this was actually an important lesson to learn. Just because you mod for somebody or donate to somebody, if you're a tier 3 sub to somebody, if you've been sub to somebody for years, they are not all of a sudden your best friend, and they are not obligated to fall in love with you or have feelings for you. So, tough pill to swallow for some, I'm sure, but it needs to get through. Now, all that being said, what Dilly was subjected to here is nothing shy of heinous. Nobody deserves this level of public humiliation, and I feel extremely bad for him, and I'm just genuinely wishing him the best going forward. I just had to talk about this because it is one of the downright meanest and saddest streams I've ever seen on Twitch. Like, probably ever, I think. So yeah, that's really about it. So yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, no, definitely not want that person as friend. My female friend, she's nice. She basically has the whole sees me as a brother thing, and I have that see her as a sister thing. So we're just close friends.
Dilly's streaming right now saying it was all for content. Yeah, I've been keeping up. Okay, we'll just immediately get into it. I've been keeping up. It's pretty much like I predicted. He has been brainwashed into thinking.
I saw this video in the recommended for after that one, so I'm playing this one after that one. This is like the follow-up type of thing.
They're friends. And let's just go ahead and assume behind closed doors she's super nice to him. Her publicly doing that to him shows that she's extremely fake and doesn't respect him regardless.
Oh.
If she's, let's just say once the stream goes off, she's so sweet to him, it means she's embarrassed to be seen publicly with him. And that's still bad. That's not a good dynamic. That's not a friend. There's no way of spinning this as like a good relationship between these two at all. And he keeps saying, or he and she keep saying that it's just banter, but it's not. Banter is the exchange of playful insults. There was no exchange.
Back and forth.
He made one slight joke about her and felt super uncomfortable by it. She went an hour and 25 minutes of nothing but like the deepest cut insults she could think of. It's just, it's really sad. Thanks, resub Edgar and Dick Lee, the Prime TJ. Ooh, Jesus Christ, Jay, that's fucking horrifying. I'm sorry.
It's just him reacting in chat.
Or do you think there's any truth to it being or do you think there's any truth to it being for content at all? No. I think actually the best take so far I've seen actually comes from Senna. She basically said that if this is all just an act, if the streamer is pretending to just be a giant bully, why is she surprised or offended that everyone views her as a giant bully? It's a really dumb thing regardless, but I truly don't believe this was some kind of mutually agreed upon.
That seems like pretty hardcore bullying.
Because if it was, I don't think Dilly would have just sat there and taken everything without making jokes of his own back. It's not banter. He just sat there for an hour and 25 minutes getting roasted by her in the meanest ways possible. They're not jokes. Saying that she'd rather be emotionally abused and traumatized with her ex than date him is not a joke. That's hateful. But he's been convinced by her that it's all just content and whatever. These are some Cyclosi and Pocket and Alan. I'd love to talk to Dilly if he wants to. If he's streaming, I'm super down to have a conversation, pick his brain about it a little bit. Maybe break the spell.
Maybe.
Sub terrific. And Brulix. And Archive. And the Tier 1 Detective. You know what movies you're looking forward to this year? I can't remember what all movies are coming out soon. Thanks for the membership vacuum. And the resub GG. And there's some PP Man and Legend. Bro, I watch her streams. It's her whole routine to humiliate guys. It's totally normal for her. She's done it for years. It's a terrible shtick, and I've also went back and watched some of that too. Dilly got it by far the worst, and he is by far the one that cares the most about her. She doesn't interact with anybody else that way. I went and watched clips of her with Hassan. I went and watched clips with her with a couple of other streamers.
Probably likes her more than her parents. She acts like that.
Totally normal there. But it's people like Dilly that she believes is beneath him or ugly or undateable or whatever that she just brings this outright demon out. So in the best case scenario, she's extremely fake and embarrassed to be seen with people like Dilly, and makes it very
Yeah, that's
clear
what I
to
said
the
earlier.
audience to humiliate them. No matter how you, there's no positive way of spinning it. Thanks, Resub, Rad and Fancy. And the membership tyrant. This is like that one person in the
Talking
middle school
chat
group
more.
that all the friends he liked about it.
Oh wait, hold
Person
on.
in the middle school group that all the friends just jab at, never letting them be confident. It's the same dynamic. It's not a friend. It's a punching bag. Thanks to the prime top. I don't know, there's people into being cucked. Maybe this is just what he likes. It's very possible, but it doesn't seem like that's what it is. If that's what he liked about it,
Nah,
he'd be
he
like,
didn't seem
I
weird
actually
like
enjoy
that.
being humiliated. But with his response, he seemed to think that
I don't
this
think
is some
anyone
kind of
would
mutual
admit that.
banter. But it's not. You weren't bantering with
Unless
her.
you're
You
very
didn't say any jokes
confident,
back
but he
except
didn't
for
seem
one time, and you
that
got
confident.
visibly uncomfortable when you made the slightest joke.
Knock out the
Oh
competition
yeah, another
in
ad.
League of Legends new season.
I
with
should stream
mobile
League
minutes.
again.
Push the best.
That's not banter. It was one-sided insults, and you were the subject. The content you're saying, like it was all for content, you know, it was all just jokes for content. You were the joke. She made you the joke for an hour and 25 minutes for everyone to laugh at. And the joke was, you had no chance with her, ha 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 ha. And she had to keep reminding you of that and bringing you down. That's not healthy. That's not a friend. Thanks for the membership, Joseph. But again, if he came out and said, you know what, I actually have a humiliation kink and she helps me fulfill it, I'd be like, you know what, all power to you.
That no.
You know, who am I to, you know, take a poop in your pudding? Whatever. Enjoy it then.
Pudding?
But that's not what he's saying. Thanks to the resub Schmeep and Tricky. And Manuel and the Prime Strange. Thanks to tier 1
Oh, give me a
flag.
minute. I gotta grab a drink. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Wow. Whoa, almost fell over. All right, I'm back.
Fireflower. You didn't make the point to tell people not to harass her, I noticed. I just don't think I need to. I don't think I need to be that perpetual nanny to remind people of the most basic common sense. I didn't have her name
Yeah,
anywhere.
don't
I
harass
still
people.
have not even said her name a single time that I've been talking about this whole thing, and I have done nothing to tie anything back to her. I don't think I need to make it known not to harass her. I've made that clear for fucking 17 years.
Yeah, don't harass people, guys. It's mean. It's not cool.
I even trimmed this out of her tweet so you couldn't see her Twitter handle.
Good.
Okay, I just
Not
realized
him.
though, like he has her name in here, but that's not her stream, not her channel.
That's just her name.
Thanks, Reset Adam. And Stranger. Thanks for the membership, Zoe. Hey, well, I hope it's going well, Mish.
Video Tyler said he's going to talk to him. Is he going to talk to him?
Oh, that's super sweet. Thanks, Calvin.
He's just reading chat.
Working on any projects? We got a couple big ones in the works. I heard he's being interviewed right now. I'll have to watch it when it's done. Or if he wants, I'm super open to talk to get his perspective on it. I really think she has convinced him of a complete fantasy. And it's extremely bad for him. And it's sad to see.
What time is it? Midnight
But
already?
maybe he convinces me the opposite, that this is actually the best friendship.
Alright,
that's
after this
ever
video, I
been
gotta
seen.
head off.
Maybe I need to start treating my friends more like she does.
Oh, no.
Why are you even bothering to dress up tonight, Caleb? You're not getting any pussy. Loveless loser. What the fuck? Oh my god. Just go home. Why are we going out? You're not getting laid tonight. Go home. Maybe that'll be a big hit.
Yeah, yeah.
I've been watching the interview. It seems like he doesn't really focus on the negative parts, just kind of ignores the bad stuff. Like you said, it's almost like he's brainwashed. It's not unusual. Again, I think kids in middle school demonstrate that. I'm sure when you guys were growing up, you knew somebody, or maybe you even were that person that was the butt of every joke. And you never got the sense that you really belonged with your friends, but you also didn't really want to be alone either. So you stick there and let them just constantly insult you and bring you down. That is not unusual, and that's exactly what this feels like.
Yeah, that was me in middle school. A lot of my, again, quote, friends, I was new. I wasn't from the district. I was new to this school as well, middle school. But I didn't have any friends there. I didn't know anyone there. I was on the football and wrestling team, but I was quiet, shy, didn't do much. Surprise, gamer guy who streams and works all day, doesn't talk much. But I'd be like I would be go to lunch, right? And I wouldn't have a table to sit at. I didn't have any friends to sit with throughout until like not even 8th grade, man. I never had my own table. I just jumped around and looked for a group, which actually happened in 8th grade. I lied. 8th grade that happened. But I just jumped around and I didn't have really much friends. I had my friend Caitlin, who I talked about earlier. A dude named Xander, a dude named Devin. They're pretty cool. They're neat. My football team kind of liked me, I guess. I don't know. I was just like a comrade to them, you know. But I jumped from table to table, and I'd hang out with people who were like, you know, friends. Like you, like I'd frequent a table sometimes. Like I'd be there every once in a while, or I'd be there more than other random tables. And one of the things that happened was the one of the kids who's like he liked to tell us a lot of stories. He's pretty well known in his group, popular, I guess, a ringleader of the group, if you would say. And he'd be like, "Oh, nobody likes you. Why are you even still sticking around? You should, you know, not be alive anymore." Type thing. You should just end yourself, and no one would care, right? And he'd say a lot of stuff like that, almost daily. And I just be like, "Oh yeah, you know, I'm kind of weird and stuff like that." And that's how it went. Like people picked on me a lot, and I know like I was a private person too, and some of my friends in school they like to make fun of me because I didn't change in the middle school locker rooms. I kind of just like went in a stall and changed because I was uncomfortable around kids, other people. Like I'm a private person. I'm not going to change in front of people. You know, I can't. It gives me anxiety. I'm a very private person with that, and so what they would do, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, he's a girl, dude, guys," you know, stuff like that, and then they would bring cups to school so they could fill it with water and dump it over the stall for like every gym class in middle school, and that's kind of what I had to deal with quite a bit of just kids doing that, and they're these my quote friends whatever that I just kind of laughed about it. Oh yeah, funny, good one. You know, get tripped in the hall. You're like, oh, yo, you got me. You know. And the thing is, like, you're so starved for like having an actual friendship, or you're so used to it that you're just sitting there like, yeah, okay, it's normal. You don't realize it's like affecting your grades. It's the reason why you're stressed. You don't realize it. You just think, hey, I have friends. These people who talk to me, they're cool, you know, and then you end up putting yourself down because you're used to it, and you'll be like, "Yo, guys, look, I pull out my hair, haha, funny." You know, it hurts you, but they laugh, and you feel good about it because you made your friends laugh. You're getting attention that you don't really normally get from socializing with people, and I did that a lot as a kid. Didn't have too many friends, but high school changed that. Actually 8th grade. I had like a group of kids. For some reason they came up around me and he started picking on me a little bit. It's being like, oh yeah, they started like saying very vulgar words, and I grew up like Christian and stuff, so I was like, yo, whatever. I was like getting visibly bugged by it, right? And then after that, a group of kids from my football team and some from my wrestling team ended up like making a circle around them, and I didn't even really like realize it or if they had planned or whatever. They kind of like, hung out by themselves and stuff, so they probably saw it. But they're like, "Yo, why are you messing with Trouty?" Trouty, my nickname they gave me. Why are you messing with Trouty? Like, he's cool, he's nice, he doesn't bug anybody, right? That was like my first kind of like um show of like having like real friends, you know, people who actually care about you. Um, in 8th grade, I did find a table eventually that I could sit at. After that, I sat at a table. My friend Devin Xander, we both like Pokemon. I brought my. They had been playing on their DSs, and I'm not allowed to bring my DS to school. Who cares, right? But they're playing Pokemon on 3DS, right? And Pokemon X and Y and stuff when it came out. And I was like, wait, me, this shy kid who never talks to him. I was like, you guys like Pokemon? Like, yeah, Pokemon's dope. I'm like, yo, I played Pokemon too. I beat the game. And I'm like, what? You beat the game already? It's been only been out blah blah days. I'm like, yeah, you know, I saved my money and I came out and I bought it. You know, this is middle school me. I always like, I didn't keep up with anything, but I'd see something in the store. I'm like, oh yeah, cool, that's new, buy it. But um, yeah, then we became friends over Pokemon. You know, all of us being nerds. Yeah, football team and a couple Pokemon nerds. Those were my friends. A lot of my friends got confused a lot as I was like going in high school. They're like, "You don't make sense. You're nice. You don't swear." I swear sometimes now, but at the time, they're like, "You're nice. You don't swear. You're polite. You're on the football team. The whole football team and wrestling team knows you. Like all the grades. You hang out with a small group of like 4 or 5. You play games. You like Pokemon. You like Yu-Gi-Oh. You're like and you're good at school. Like at the time, I was good at school. Kind of fell down late high school because of some personal reasons, but they they listed all these things about me. Like none of this makes sense for a normal person to have. Like you're everything. You're not a jock, but you're a jock. You're not a nerd, but you're a nerd. You're not a geek, but you're a geek. You're like a mix of everything, you know? It's pretty funny. Anyway, back to this. I got so sidetracked sharing my life story, but yeah, back to this.
Like, but in a much bigger, more public way. He wants to talk? Perfect. How can I reach him? What's his Discord or his Twitter? Thanks for membership, Kaio. Yeah, wish you the best of luck on it, Misha. I hope Gumshoe Joe's going well. And thanks to Resub Nova. And Fox for us. I still haven't watched the Cat Williams podcast yet. And thanks to Resub Mob. Congratulations on quitting it, Luca. And the Prime Zammed. Resub Cantaloupe.
Zammed is a good anime. You guys should watch it.
Dilly.
XAMD, I think.
On Discord or Twitter? It's definitely not Twitter because this brings up someone named Erica. And a cat. Is that his
And a cat.
Discord? Okay, I think this is the right one.
Oh, now it's getting to talking to him.
Let me see if he's up to talk. If not, we can just talk off stream. I don't want to make him uncomfortable.
Fair. Because you may put him on the spot a little bit and
Now, let me double check to make sure this is him before someone just comes in here and says like a racial slur or something. Because I just took chat at their word that this is his right Discord account.
I have not feel like being like, is anyone else like this?
Every time I try to go to Twitch, it's immediately to that clip. Okay, let me see if this is the right account.
It's immediately that
So
click.
you got the right account.
Hey. Hey.
Alright, how you doing, Charlie? Do you mind if I can call you that?
Yeah, absolutely. You can call me Charlie 100%. Here, let me Let me pull you up on stream here.
Yeah, I've just been doing my run of interviews, so I'm excited to finally just talk, you know?
No, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's an uncomfortable topic, so it takes a lot to do what you're doing. So I do appreciate you giving me the time
Yeah,
here.
of course, of course. I'm just shocked of, you know, how everything kind of transpired because, you know, I've been watching you for a long time and this is just crazy to cross my mind, but, you know, I gotta
There's no way it never crossed your mind, man. Mm.
speak my mind and speak my truth.
Yeah, no, I
Speak your
totally
truth.
get that, and I do appreciate it. Hold on. I'm leaking our DMs immediately here. That took almost 0 seconds.
Of course. Okay.
Okay, perfect. All right, we're in business.
We're in business.
All right, so your name's Dylan. Is that okay
Yeah.
if I call you that?
He looks
Yeah, you
excited to
call me
talk to him.
All right, so why don't we just take it from the top? So, how did you and Caitlin meet and become friends?
It is mega convenient that this. I didn't even realize that was his name. That this girl Caitlin has the same name as my friend Caitlin, but my friend Caitlin's a lot nicer and acts how she should to your friends.
Right. So we became business partners first, right? So I reached out to her
Yeah,
and
business partners.
wanted to get her PC set up kind of right. So that's kind of like the lore is that I'm her PC sponsor. Um, so we met initially 2 years ago, and I built her computer, and
2 years? Wait,
we
you
just kind
met
of
her
hit
and
it
you built
off
her a computer?
as you know friends, and then I
You
became
buy it
kind
for
of
her?
a mod doing more behind the scenes work for content related stuff and just kind of had a personal relationship with kind of how tight knit with that kind of kind of stuff kind of goes around with a content creator.
Okay, I think that makes a lot of sense. Now, how close would you say you guys are? Do you guys like talk every day? Do you guys play games together off stream? Like, what does that dynamic look like?
Yeah, so yeah, no, we do play games off stream together. She is like super into Valorant, and she's made me probably a way better player than just from our friendship and just having our banter and just like going back and forth on stuff like that. So I just like I've gotten better at games thanks to her and our time off stream. And then we talk pretty much every week
She
because
better
we
at
have
taking trash talking from
like
games,
obviously
or
so I want to tell people that
actually
I
better at
came
playing?
and visited and I'm on vacation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, hey, let's do some streams together, right? So I know how to cook, and I know she's into cooking streams, and then that we would do like a drinking stream, right? So that's just kind of what happened. I was like, oh, let's make the most out of my trip because it was like super last minute, and she was like super accommodating for a last minute idea. So
Now, I think all of that content idea sounds super logical, but did you discuss like you being the subject of all of the jokes? I'm using that word real loosey goosey here because, in my
yeah,
opinion, it's less jokes and more just deep cut insults. And I know you're at her house right now, so it might be a little uncomfortable to get serious about it, but
no, I mean I've thought about it and just like I've been kind of shifting I've been in a character arc development, right? So I've been
He
taking
watches
more
anime.
initiative on being a part of her content, right? So like she does other content like dating shows and interviews, therapy, just chatting meta, right?
Meta.
And I have recently became like a co-host, a personality that's a regular on her chat, and the personality I like to give is like my nickname's the Dizzler, hence the rise of the Riz, a Rizzler, Dizzler, right?
right.
So initially the idea was, oh, if I got a kiss, it'd be like hype, be W's, it's pushing that Dizzler narrative that I've been working on because I've been doing co-hosting, wingmanning for.
If she gives you a kiss, but it was a $500 donation, it wasn't like a Riz. It's like, hey, I'm going to use you to track in this goal for my viewers, and hey, I'm going to get money from you because my viewers don't like you, and I'm going to play it up. I had an aha moment. Okay, maybe he wasn't in on it, But to get to the 500 gold donation, maybe she was playing him off as disgusting, all this just to get money. Because they could be actually be friends, but she probably wouldn't let him in on it. And maybe she really needed $500, so she's like, you know what, $500, I kissed this dude that I'm disgusted of. I don't want to do it. You know, people like to troll, so maybe her chat wasn't trying to like follow her or anything, but like maybe her chat was like, no, I hate disgusting and trolling, you know, like don't do it, you don't want to do it. Because in the questions that popped up in the previous video, it was like, yo, would you date him? Do you like him? And she's like, hell no. And that's like, I feel like that's her exaggerating it. So then people would send her money to make her kiss him. That's what it sounds like to me. That's what it sounds like to me, you know. Makes sense to me. I don't know.
Guys,
I
helping
wouldn't
the
do it.
girls that
I'm gonna
do
kiss
the
my
content
friend
we
just
do
for
together.
money.
And you know, because to
Sell
talk
your
to
soul.
girls, you have to have some kind of competency, and like to have the competency to teach them how to, you know, work on their riz, right? So like I have to have that kind of confidence to talk to them, not, you know, back down and like, oh, I'm a Discord mod, this and that. You just say I'm a normal guy that talks to people that just happens to mod for Sub Caitlyn. That's just what happened.
Yeah, and I get that. That's not really like
Okay.
where I'm confused on the relationship or anything. But
Oh.
you already mentioned the kiss. Like, did you expect that kind of response when that donation goal was hit, where she'd start just like dry heaving, like she, you know, trying to throw up, like as if you were so unbelievably revolting that she had to run away, rinse out her mouth, fucking say a prayer or something for forgiveness because of kissing you? Like, there's no way that was a joke you knew was coming, or like this was the content you envisioned.
I wasn't shocked from it because we've discussed, you know, like our friendship is like brother sister. And then if you put your mindset on like, you know, she only kisses someone very seldomly, if at all, right? That she has to kiss someone that she sees as like a little brother. And I can understand that. I wouldn't want to kiss my older sister and be, you know.
Is that okay? So is that the relationship you feel you have with her, a brother sister? Do you
I'll
rate
drop my
like
cap.
everything in that stream? I watched it. You were extremely sweet and complimentary of her, like not as a sister, but as someone who's clearly more interested than that. Do you feel it's a brother sister relationship, or just the way?
Brother sister, because I feel like, you know, when you mentioned something about like
Embarrassing
romantic
question.
interests, is like if that's the case, I wouldn't be invited.
He's calling him out.
to
He's
her
probably gonna
place.
stick
I
to his
wouldn't
guns
be
though.
living here in her personal space, right? So that's the agreement and our trust and friendship, to kind of keep it at that content level and just like kind of understand.
Caitlin's hung out at my place before, not
Are
my
here to try to
apartment, but
entertain. Now,
when I
did
lived with my parents, so she's hung out with me
that
there,
goal
but I never been to her place or
is
anything.
sort of- But yeah, I do see her as like an older sister, and that's just how I have to perceive it, right? You know.
Because even she sees me more like a
Do
brother,
you see
but
why that's kind of hard for me to believe? Like you gave her
maybe
a
she
10
had
out of
their
10
own
on the
place, she
hotness
would, but
scale. When it was asked, would you hit? You were like, yeah, I definitely hit. She's like, I definitely wouldn't. Or
I never
are
say
you
that.
two dating? No, I don't claim him. Things like that. Even though it's
someone was like, yo, would you hit your female best friend or whatever? Not like violently, but like in the way that's being implied here. Like, nah, man, she's like a sister to me. Easy response. That's how I'd do it. Like, nah, she's like a sister to me. I respect her.
the things you said. It feels like it's not brother sister on your end. It feels more like she keeps you there because that's how she wants it to feel. Do you see where I'm coming from?
Yeah, and that's just because I'm just super in tune of like what the content we were looking to push out, right? It's just like because
What
if
was
I
the
say,
content you're looking
"Nah,
to
I
push
wouldn't
out?
hit," oh, she's a 7 out of 10.
Well, you wouldn't have to say,
Oh,
nah, I
that
wouldn't.
just means I'm just saying it just to say it because, you know,
No?
if I don't mean it or like, you know, don't think my friend is all that, then
You gotta say it in a better way.
because I got to be honest with myself at some points. Like,
Right.
I think it's okay to make not direct compliments, but like, you know, if we're in that situation. to
Blink
just
twice if
talk,
you need help.
You know, and that's
She's definitely in the side room
So
going
then,
like
are you
this.
happy with this kind of content that gets made at your expense, where she's saying things like, "Oh, your hand's tinier than mine," which means, or we're the same size hands, so you have a tiny dick, or "I'd rather go with my ex who emotionally abused me and traumatized me than date you for 6 months."
That's what caught me off
Is that
guard,
like
bro.
good content to you? Like, is that a good relationship?
I would say, I'm the guest, and that's just what came out of her mouth. I can't control.
But then just
Joe-
tell me, regardless of what you can control, how did that make you feel? Did that feel like content, or did that feel like, oh, that didn't feel good at all to hear you say those things? You care about her. Even if it's a brother sister dynamic that you're saying, you clearly care about her. And for her to say something like that and meaner throughout the stream, did that feel like content, or did it feel like she was taking these extremely rude jabs at you?
Um, I just didn't take it personally because I just feel like, like like we both had to reassure each other, whatever had.
You didn't say how you took it. You said how did it make you feel. Your correct response would be like, "Oh yeah, it didn't really bug me too much." That'd be a correct response. It wouldn't be like, "Oh, I didn't really take it personally." Like how he said it makes it sound like he actually took it a little personally, but just didn't say anything about it because it's her stream and he doesn't want to get kicked off her stream and blah blah blah. She wants to appease her.
Been said, or what, like, I could have dished out more. I could have been like, I'm way better than your ex. What the fuck are you trying to say?
Exactly, say that.
And that's where I'm even more confused, because you and Caitlyn keep saying it's banter. Banter is an exchange. This was a one-handed fucking wallop here, where all she was doing was insulting you. Throughout the stream, you made one slight joke about her and kind of got uncomfortable and backpedaled it. That's not banter. This was you being there for her to just spit on, like a trash can, basically.
Right.
Like that. And if we're going the content route, wouldn't you want to be the Dizzler who's like, no, I'm actually way above her? Or like when she's going in for the kiss, you stand up and you walk away. That would be more content brained than what happened here, which is why I feel like this doesn't really add up.
Right. And, I think everyone was kind of seeing me struggle with my cat allergy thing, right? So I just was already trying to hold it together and just like trying not to fuck it up even more, already as fucked as it, right? Because like if people who know me as my personality as the Dizzler, right? There are times where like she'll have me come on and talk, and I'll be like, so when are you coming over and we're gonna do it? I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Do
Because
what?
like, I'm talking to, whatever, right? Because part of helping her with her content, I have to talk to a lot of women, and I joke about like, no, don't worry about me. You already done enough for me, or whatever, right? So it's just like there's moments where like she'll throw it out there, and then it's up to me to like take that content or like mold it to what I want it to be. It's just that day is an extreme version of pushing it on this is a Discord mod, this is a Twitch mod. He's in my fucking house, and I have to kiss him. That was the.
But why do you settle for that? Like why be that guy? You're not a bad looking guy. You're not a weird guy too. Like you break the mold of like that stereotypical creepy weirdo mod who's gonna be like snorting panties out the wazoo or whatever. Why settle for being that to her?
It's just, I think it just comes down to what I've done beforehand to get to this point. And it's just, I had recently gotten out of a 5-year relationship, right? And I decided to take this trip and just kind of like use it as soul searching. And a part of that is I'm still going to have some tendencies that I left behind or carry with me, right? So I'm just the guy to take it all in and burden it. And that's just something I've been working on.
But even the way you're describing it, burdening it, but why? Why do that? Like you're not a weirdo. You don't need to be taking this burden from her saying these extremely disrespectful things to your face and having her chat dogpile you for being mod in my house, red alert. Oh my god, I have to kiss this guy. You're not a 6 out of 10. I would have said that. Like, why take that? You don't. That's not a healthy relationship. Like, I don't know how
Right.
she treats you off stream. If she's extremely sweet to you
I'd probably
when
laugh it
the
off.
cameras aren't on,
Even now,
and then
still,
she
even
treats you
after
like
like
this
how
when
I
the cameras
said,
are on, I mean, she's fake. And she is embarrassed.
even though after I'd said that people have done that to me in the past, like an insult, like I, I don't know, man. I treat it as a joke. Like, I don't like how he said, like I don't take things personally, and it takes a lot to make me mad. I can connect this guy a little bit because like I don't get mad. I take jokes fairly well, or jokes, insults, whatever, what have you, I take them pretty well. I'm just like, all right, cool, funny, or sometimes I don't respond, but then later I might think about it and get bugged by it. But like in the moment it happens, I'm like, oh yeah, haha, like that's how it is. Like some of my friends right now, my roommates actually, they'll be like, oh yeah, you probably don't remember because of your concussion or blah 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 because of your concussion. They harp on it a lot and bugs me a little bit because most excuses for stuff I do is like my concussion or whatever. But I've had 6, I have brain damage, whatever. But I've doing better. I can remember stuff, and like how my concussions are don't affect me that bad, you know. But I can get where this guy's coming from. Hey, you're just not gonna let it affect me, and haha, funny. It's just a joke. And you never really know if they're just joking or if they're just being mean to be mean to put you down. You know, I like to think there's joking. Personally, that's just easier on my mind than thinking about someone being mean.
Of you, and that's again not healthy. I talked about this right before you joined. It's kind of like, I feel like a lot of people can relate to this. Kids, they'll have like a friend group, and there's usually like someone in that friend group that is just a punching bag. It's not really a friend, and that person doesn't feel like they really belong there, but they also don't want to leave because it's still that group. So they just take it, and it's not good. It doesn't feel good. And that's what all of this seemed like to me. It doesn't seem content brain, because if it was all like, the Dizzler's marching through, we better hide your bitch, the satin panty's gonna be flying out the door, Dizzler's here, I feel like you would have turned
Yeah, that'd
down
been more
the
of a
pitch.
better joke.
You would have said, actually, you're a 6 out of 10. That would have been you laying into that persona. And
Haha,
if she
no
was
you.
playing along with it for content, she'd be like, oh no, he's not gonna fuck me, but when we go to this club, damn, it's about to get wild out there, it's gonna pop. But none of that happened. It felt more like she used you to just insult, perpetuate,
Yeah.
to bring you down, to put up this, I don't want to use the word facade because I don't know her, but to put up this whole barrier like, this guy doesn't have a chance, let's laugh at him. And that's not good. Like, no one deserves that kind of treatment.
Nope.
Right. And I'm gonna tell you how it's like
He's just gonna keep
formula,
walking around
right?
it.
This is what it boils down to in her personality, right? So the reason why I agreed to do some of the things that happened is because I separate the person from the streamer, the content creator from the person. I'm friends with the person, and whatever it is, like for example, right? It could have been a super hot guy, and he could have had some kind of ick, like
No.
I don't know, Rocket League, or he plays League of Legends.
I do
He's, like,
both.
amazing.
That's an ick.
Everything. She's like, ew, you play League of Legends? Like, I don't know if this will work. Or just like make witty comments
That's an ick.
about something she might not like, just because it's
Bro.
contrary. It is, not controversial, but it can be. It's opposing, right? So
Posing.
for it could have been anybody, right? And it just happened to be me. It's not the first time she's kissed somebody on stream, right? Or like do content.
His voice shook there a little bit. He
So,
sounds
it
a
just
little bugged
happened
that
to
she's
be
kissed our
my
dudes on
turn.
stream.
And I kind of understand the things and not the science, but like just understand. I have to.
Well, I'd just be
set my
okay with that.
feelings
The
aside
stepping stone.
and just understand if I'm gonna do content, that it's what it's.
How much she
It
paying him?
but it doesn't have to be that way. But
That'd pay me a
you
lot to
mentioned
do that.
something that I want to point out. I went through
Okay.
and watched how she interacts with other friends of hers in the space, like Hassan and everyone like that.
I don't know
Why
who
didn't
that
she
is.
treat them the same way she treated you? What's the deal with that then? How come she's able to do other content with other guys that aren't her perpetually insulting them the entire time? But
Okay.
you, the only content she does with you is to make you the punching bag. Why?
Okay, so like she's not like for Hassan example, right? She went over and just kind of say the reality was like we just did a stream together. He was a nice guy.
You're a nice guy.
I Yeah, but
Yeah.
she was also honest saying like I'm not super into that kind of content of political, right? But she appreciated the offer, right? So she will be real and say separate herself for a moment and just say this is what happened, yada yada yada, right? This is not like I don't know. It's just it's hard to kind of like, it's just like when you're on someone's team, right? And you don't want to mess up that dynamic, right? You're understanding that we're all playing parts on a team, right? And yeah, my role on that team is kind of fucked up, but some people are built that kind of way to be like,
Hey, I'm friends with all these people I really like to hang around because I think they're cool and pretty or whatever. So I'm gonna be okay with the role of being the one person that everyone picks on, because that's my role. Is basically what he's saying.
put that stress on my shoulders and just like, because they care about people, and that's just how I felt
And it's
going into it.
and it's one-sided. Do you think she cares about you?
Yeah, genuinely. Like when I went through my breakup, she set me up on to have a dating show. Like
That's using
a
you
love
for
of
content
What?
then, though. That's
but
not looking out for you. That's still using
Dating
you for
show.
content, and this is at your weakest moment, your most vulnerable. You've just gone through a traumatic experience, and she's immediately turning you into content.
I could have said I could have told her no. I could have said let me
Yeah,
wait.
but you.
No, but
and
she's your
it's not
friend, so
fault.
you
I'm not
won't.
putting any blame on your shoulders. Like it's an opportunity. You're low right now because of this breakup, and now you have this girl who's like, "Hey, I've got a bunch of girls I can put you with if you do it on my stream." It's immediately turning you into content. That makes me feel even worse about this relationship because after you've gone through something, she immediately uses you for content.
Mhm. Okay. I mean, but to be fair, I mean like if she's just using me, why am I staying at her place? Why didn't I just get an Airbnb
Because
or a hotel
it,
or
it adds to the content having you there and keeping you around to constantly belittle and make it clear to her community like, hey, this guy doesn't have a chance, let's keep joking about it. It's all part of that same content cycle. Like you are playing this role which you have talked about, taking this burden which you don't need to do, you're above that, and
Right.
she is using this because it is part of the joke. Like
Right.
she is just farming this whole
Okay.
stigma of being a Twitch mod. He's not gonna ever fuck me, but he can stay here and we're gonna get content out of it by any means necessary. Here's an hour and 25 minutes of me shooting down everything he wants to do, everything he says, every advance, and make it clear I am disgusted by his presence. Now, if it's a role you want to play, I'm not gonna tell you you're a bad guy for it. I just want you to realize it's not healthy. This isn't a real friendship dynamic at all. Again, if she's like really sweet to you off stream and treats you like this publicly, then she is two-faced and is not actually a friend to you. And what
Yeah.
you just said about how when you went through a very bad breakup, she immediately put you on a dating show makes me feel like she is
Using
constantly
you for
just using you
views.
as this source for content to laugh at and have her chat laugh at. Because I haven't seen her interact with anybody else this way. I watched her interact with other people in the community. I've seen her do this to a couple other guys on her stream, but that's the same role that they play that you do, where she just belittles them and insults them, which is still a bad thing, but you get it much worse because you are someone that genuinely seems to care about her. And I think that is so fucked up. You keep saying that it's just banter and jokes, but it's one-sided. She is the only one doing that. Eh, again, in that stream, you said one thing and it made you uncomfortable. It is sad. That is the only point I'm making. You, again, are not a bad-looking guy. You are not in bad shape. You are not creepy. You are not weird. You don't have to play this role for her. You don't have to be stuck being the weirdo Twitch mod who grosses her out so much she goes and fucking hawks in the bathroom and yaks, right? It's ridiculous. It's just mean for the sake of being mean. And if it's I know she claimed that it's all like an act and all that. It's the worst act of all time. Like she is playing the bully. As Cinna said, there is no way she should expect people to think of her as anything more than a bully. because that's all she's showing. And you are the only one that gets it this bad.
I mean, we're both getting it in some shape or form, right? Because we both agreed to have this kind of content idea put out there. I agreed to it,
So he was told about it.
and there are times where I say I will be that role because I want to get more into that content space.
Does it make you happy when she is saying these things to your face? When she is saying you're not good looking, you're not getting laid, I will never hit, I don't claim this, all of those things, does it make you happy?
I mean, obviously, it's not going to make.
I knew he was going to start with
that
I mean.
kind of stuff, right? But at the same time, it's just like if you're real with yourself and you understand where you are or where I am. I understand where I am at right now in my life and like where I want
you don't.
things to go. It's just.
I mean, you might know where. You
I
might
have
want to know.
set my emotions.
You might know where you want
when
things
I
to go.
hear things like that, and I've just been used to that kind of stuff. That's just what kind of shit I decide to deal with, right? And just on the, like what's the difference from like, like I guess the difference of like for like content, right? Like me and you, right? I'm trying to put that out there that hey, I'm a grown man. I take responsibility for,
What is he trying to say?
understanding what I was gonna sign up for, right? So
Well,
we're both playing two sides of the coin here right now, right? We're both getting there's content from one side and you're getting content from this as well.
well, it's
So-
very different though. Like,
Moist Critical's not putting you down. Or
we keep
Penguins,
talking about content again at the very beginning. The content you pitched is different than the content that came out. You pitched doing cooking or drinking, all that. That wasn't the content. The content was her making fun of you.
Yeah,
That
you
doesn't
wanted
sound
cooking and
what
drinking.
you wanted to do. I don't think you
okay.
told her, I want you to insult the fuck out of me for over an hour.
No, he
Like,
knows about it. Ain't no
that's
way.
not the content that
He's
I
defending
think
her
you
right now.
wanted to sign up for.
I don't think he wants them
that
to
is the
know that
content
it
was
was
sprung upon
pre-set up.
you, and you feel as though you have to take it because you keep saying that it's your decision. You can bear the burden. You're an adult. You can make your own decisions, which of course you can. But why? You just said it doesn't make you happy when she says those things. So what's the point? You don't need that to have a career. And I don't think you should want that to be your legacy or career either. Like
No.
being Caitlin's punching bag.
I've been told to be a doctor, so that's why I don't, have that as like the craziest thing on my mind right now. But, I wanted to talk to people and just understand that
He must be a doctor.
when you have a love, and that's just me in my fucked up ways, right? Saying the content she does is entertaining enough for me to support it and be a part of a cast of people that agree and that there's some benefits, even if it does not paint me out in the most. I'm the Giga Chad. I'm the winner out of the situation, which, I could have done a better job defending myself. That's where I messed up in my character. That's where I messed up in my judgment, and didn't really think of the consequences of said things. So I take responsibility of that, right? Because right now, like I'm telling you how I really genuinely feel, like
and you've told me that you don't like the way it makes you feel. Do you think a friend would keep pushing that role on you knowing it doesn't make you feel good? Do you think a good friend would do that?
I think friends who like because
No.
I've just had tough
Stop.
love
No.
from
No, it's not
people
tough
in
love.
my life in general, right? And it's just
Mm.
like
But it's taken
Ad,
me a
go
little bit, but I'm
away.
starting to get there now. Now I'm feeling like, oh, okay, I know what I'm doing. Now I understand how the level.
I come to, I wouldn't say nurture, but like just kind of understand that not everyone's gonna communicate the way
These numbers.
that you think everyone deserves, right? And it like if I was a scared Discord mod that a lot of people think or seeing, right, that why would I come and talk and like not instead of just enjoying seed in the pity, right? I rather just be honest and just say how I feel, because like I've already been in the eye of the public. I at least want to say what I want to say.
No, like I said, you are definitely not what most people picture when they think of a Twitch mod, but this is not a good dynamic you found yourself in here, and I'm just trying to understand why, and hoping that you can recognize that the way you're being treated is really fucked up. You, even during this just now, you started taking blame. You've done nothing wrong. You said you could have defended yourself better or this and that. You didn't
You
do
shouldn't have
anything wrong.
had
You
to
were
defend
actually
yourself.
just taking bullets like you're protecting the president for her. Again, this was all her idea. Your content you pitched was cooking and hanging out and drinking. The content became, let me insult you. And yet,
Well-
you're the one apologizing.
Because the content that I pitched is something, the formula. I'm just pitching the formula. The recipe we already have a set in place.
I don't
that
like how we're
hasn't
saying
been
this
blown up
recipe
out
and
of its
formula.
proportion, you know, so it's just like, yeah, if you
Yeah,
don't
said
like this
add
kind of
flour,
content,
but they
don't
added
watch it,
baking
right?
soda
Don't,
instead.
you know, but don't send, you know, death threats and all this kind of
Oh,
stuff.
of course, no one supports that. Absolutely.
No, why would anyone do
You
that?
know,
No one
feel
deserves
bad,
that.
and you know, there's, you know, crazy stuff going on behind the scenes, and you know, we're trying to get through that. So it's I just want to say that, you know, do whatever makes you happy, but like just understand that that you know, there's always more than what there, you know, appears to be. Like, so, you know, I joke about having a degrading kink, right? Because I go through kind of this shit like this,
Huh?
and I kind of own up to that. And I'm like,
Huh?
maybe I do,
What?
or you know, whatever, right?
See,
So
and like I said, if you had come out here and said, you know what, I actually just have a humiliation fetish.
Does
I
he?
enjoy being insulted.
Ain't no
like this.
way.
I'd be like, hey, bygones be bygones, Godspeed, brother. But you've already said multiple times, it's a burden. It doesn't make you feel good.
Yeah.
It wouldn't make anybody feel good. It doesn't make you happy to hear her say those things. So then why stay and keep letting her do that? Like, I know you view her as a friend, but it doesn't seem she views you that way. She wouldn't keep pushing this upon you if she viewed you as someone that she actually
If she respected you,
respects.
she wouldn't. Yeah, exactly. If she didn't, if she
I don't
respected
know.
you,
We've just
she would not do it.
reassured each other as friends that we appreciate what we've done each other, like work wise, like for the amount of work I've put in for her, and just understand that, okay, because I've asked, I was like, do you actually appreciate what I do and help out? And she's like, yes, 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 and yes. I've been reassured numerous times that what I volunteer to do is appreciated. And
You said volunteer. Do you get paid for the work you do? Does she pay you? Like you obviously put yourself on this team. Do you get compensated for all the work that you've done to help grow her brand by being this role?
I just get, you know, the benefits of, you know, for like my small streaming career, and the revenue that comes from my business that I am solely, you know, the owner of. And so she's helped promote my business in a way and help me connect to bigger and better things. So, you know, me
So
and
hey,
her
I
to
insult
build,
you
you know,
and
PCs for streamers that, you know, I want to
and
support
promote
and
your
help grow,
business. I get to insult you,
because she
but
has
you
that
get
kind of same
promotion for your
mindset
business type
too,
thing.
to help get smaller people and get them built the way up, you know, put them on a platform and
Does she-
showcase their personalities. That's another side of the content that I help out with is, you know, we both want to help out streamers and get them some better exposure, right?
Being paid
Yes.
for exposure is a totally different can of worms. But I guess just to
But he,
stay in
I
here
mean-
for just a minute, does she
Okay.
does she give you on her platform? Does she give you the time of day to talk about all the cool things you're doing? Because she certainly hasn't so far, from what I've been watching. I didn't know you even really streamed. I didn't know you had
Smack my
a
mic.
career outside of being a Twitch mod for her that she roasts. I didn't know that. Does she actively promote you at all?
Yeah, so when I appear on as my character, or like when I talk about, like when I'm doing other things, like I'm dating other girls, right? And I'm
character.
just like, you know, telling them, oh, I'm a business
She's
owner,
going with it.
I'm in school to be a dentist. That's
Bad
part,
publicity
and
is
so
still
she lets me
publicity.
showcase a side of me that no one would usually see because the mod connotation, right? So you know, that's the arc that I've been working towards in this small aspect of my streaming career. So it's just what people who do watch me know, that I have some confidence backed up in that, in there somewhere, not, you know. So it's just like that day I I had a lot going on personally, that I can't really share. And then just on top of being out, allergic, it's just I'm just like I just want to get through this and just like whatever happens, happens, right? So like if I had the chance to do it over again, it would look different. It would have been the way that whatever. But at the same time, is like my friendship with her. It kind of outweighs my wants and needs of like streaming content, business, all that, because I
What?
care about her as a person, and she does for me as well. Because if I wasn't up for it, we wouldn't have done it. She was said, "All right, that's cool. We don't have to do it at all," because we've talked about it of not doing it because of things, right? So promise that, because I had a lot going on personally before I even agreed and signed up to do that stream or like streams beforehand, right? So,
Mm.
that's the relationship that I've built with her. And I want people to understand that this is not like a one-sided thing. But people are going to perceive it however they want to perceive it.
Yeah, again, at the end of the day, the way you describe this role that she puts you in is not a role that makes you happy, though. Like, I understand that you view each other as friends. Can you give me the example you gave of like how she cares about you as a person immediately rubbed me the wrong way about you go through a breakup and she puts you on her stream for dating? That's milking you for content. Is there anything else she's done to show
I'll,
that she cares about you?
okay. Well, to be fair, there was a long period of time where I didn't come on, like years worth of time where I didn't want to come on for content. So I volunteer. I say, hey, I'm ready to do this. This is what Dylan wants to do. This is what Dr. Dilly wants to do, right? So she's just given me a platform to showcase what I want to showcase to people. And and she's done that for other content creators as well, and they've gone off and done great things. And I wish I could shout them out, but just know that I've been working with some of these people, and just know that I've been very grateful, very happy. I'm very happy to be in the position I am in right now, and just see people grow. And for me, this is going to be a huge moment for me to understand where I'm at and growth wise. And I just wanted to know, like, yeah, that's just I am passionate about this side of things. Like, yeah, it looked like I was miserable. Yeah, it's just what happens sometimes. You when you're in your weakest, it pours, right? And I hope to understand that, like, when I got done with that, I was okay. I was great. I was happy. I was ready to go out, have fun, and be a normal person again. And I was a normal person then. So it's just it's just like that narrative out there that am I here for, did I really fuck up and do this? It's just, no. It's just I didn't force myself. I agreed that I wanted, this is what I wanted, because I told her, let's do it. She didn't necessarily was like, if you don't want to do it, great. So
Again, you didn't tell her to come on and insult you though. It's a different thing. But regardless,
that's that's just what the content I already love to know. That's just like
Love to
it's
know?
normal for me to hear that.
Ah, it's
So
so
and
gross.
that
that's the
breaks my
problem, right?
that breaks
Yeah.
my heart to hear. Why are you the one that gets it the worst then? You're so intertwined with her brand and growing it. Why do you get her ire the worst? Even if it's just for content, why does she pick you to put down more than anybody else I have ever seen her interact with?
I wouldn't have taken 5 caffeine pills every day, but like everyone around me, I was consuming the same amount, but it
I mean, it's just I've seen different sides of it, and I just thought what she said isn't new content. This been rewashed jokes that have been discussed before. Like, it's just like it is not something new to me, right? Like it's if you already kind of come to know what to expect, then you kind of understand that's what may or may not happen, right? If it does, it does. It doesn't, it doesn't, right? So for me, it's just like we have this formula. This is how we do things. This is how we operate. This is how the content machine we had put out there, and then that's just what was seen by the general public. So
Okay. Well,
It is what it is at this point.
all right. We don't have to keep going around in circles here. I guess
Yeah.
just one last thing that I want to know. Do you think she did anything wrong?
Let's see. It's a tough question to answer because obviously I want to stand by my friend, right? So I mean,
I swear she's like
it's
to
tough
his
because
right or left, just going.
The truth, like I would
I
have
swear.
to say, I'd say no because I'm not forcing myself to say no. It's just because if I didn't really want to do it, I wouldn't have done it. And if I was really, really like not invested into the process and like what we've been doing, I would have not never came here to begin with because I knew because most people were like because I kind of understand bullshit and just understand that if I don't want to do it, I'm not going to do it. Or like if I don't want like be put in a very uncomfortable situation, I won't do it. Because like if I wouldn't talk to you if I was not okay with it. So
Yeah.
I would have to say no and just understand that.
So you think
I trigger
you think everything she said to you was just okay, fine content, even though it hurt you, which you said, you still think that that's totally okay for a friend to do in front of everyone in your community and tell all your embarrassing moments and insult you for everything she believes is weak about you? That's the green light.
I agree to it.
But you did again the content.
She asked if it was okay, and I said yes.
She asked if it was okay to say that I would rather be emotionally abused and traumatized by my ex than date you. She ran that pre-wash joke by you?
No, but I mean, I just obviously it's like it's a joke. I mean, is it a good joke? No, but
It's not a joke.
I understand that
Every joke holds a little truth.
Like you're a comedian, right? Like not all their jokes are gonna land and stick. If you're we're doing what an 1,800 view quick stream with no real plan behind it. It's just
the plan was to insult you. It seems that was the whole plan for the entire time from then till she was drunk enough to kiss you from the donation goal, and then to the time you went to the club.
Okay.
That seems like a plan that I don't think you probably envisioned for how that stream would go.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like with the stream, we were already winging, like just from the jump. And it's just like, yeah, we planned some things like, hey, let's talk about how I would talk to a girl at the club. Or, I think you missed the part where, like, we're so comfortable with each other that I would agree for her to take a shot out of my belly button or something stupid like that, right?
What?
So, it's just like, I already was signing up for something that could be really chaotic and just live in that kind of chaos. And
You don't say that. You don't say that.
I share it. Can't handle something like that. That will ruin it.
Bro.
I'm just not gonna.
That's gross. You don't share that.
I hope you understand that, Charlie.
I'll be honest, I don't. Being fully transparent, I don't get why you put yourself in this position. You're much better than this. I don't think you have to be this platoon that she spits in and lets her community do the same. I don't know why you let her treat you that way publicly. It doesn't seem like a healthy friendship, the way she milks you for content, even
That's
after you
weird.
got out of a 5-year
It's not normal.
relationship that
Anyone thinks it's normal?
did
Not
have
normal.
a big effect on you at the time. I don't see this as a good friendship, but I'm not.
Sorry, I'm not trying to.
I'm not your dad. Like,
let me clarify. I'm not trying to push this guy down, but that's it's not normal. You should not ever let anyone put you down. He's probably at a low spot in his life right now where he feels like he has to be told how he feels. Like right now he's feeling negative, so he has to have people reinforce that for him. Maybe like gives him like some sort of like clarity of like not having doubts, being anxious about it or whatever. But like that's not, you don't want that. You want people to hype you up. That's what friends do. They hype you up. They make you excited. Like even on stream, man. My friends give me crap when they're streaming or whatever, but that's actually funny joke. It's not I mean, sometimes it's personal attacks, but it's not to that extent. It won't hit hard, you know. You don't do that.
My voice is cracking, but like I actually am just kind of sad to hear this perspective because it sucks. Like
Fun fact,
I
there's a
think it does
vending
suck.
machine at the peak of Mount Fuji. It's true. There's like 5 million of them in Japan.
being fully honest, you don't deserve to be treated that way. No one does. But if it's the role that you're happy with, if you believe that the exposure she pays you in is worth your business guidance and all of that, and you'd like to keep playing the jester for her to joke about and laugh at for, however long, then all power to you. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie and say I get it, because I really do not. It just seems very toxic, and it seems like she has got you completely hooked on a fantasy. I don't believe she is a good friend to you, from everything you
And
told me.
I mean, that's just for me to deal with and process
I
because
get that. Yeah, that is your cross to bear, as they say. I just
Right.
wanted to try and understand, and I'm walking away with even less of an understanding, if I'm being honest. And it's not your fault.
To be fair, my current can't say too much on this one, but um I used to idolize and put friends on a pedestal and push them up while they're pushing me down. Cause I always thought I was worse than everyone. I personally always thought that this person's better than me because of this person's better than me because of this person's better than me because of this. And it took someone talking to me, like coming to me and saying, like, why do you do this? Why do you idolize this person? Why do you hype him up? Like, you wanted to do big things, great things, but you ended up not doing it because this person said, nah, you wouldn't be able to do that. And why'd you believe him? You know, like, I don't know why I believed. I honestly don't know. I I trusted those friends, you know? Like, I'd be like, I want to do code. And they'd be like, no, it's hard, too hard to go into. It's big and not many people get into it. And they're just going to push you. It won't work out for you, you know? That's what people would tell me. And who knows? I could be like a really good coder or something right about now, but I didn't take that jump because I was told I wouldn't be able to do it by someone who I, some reason, idolized and put in a trophy first place spot, you know? And I would demoralize myself, make myself feel lower than them, and like push them up. And as soon as you stop pushing that person up, they're going to start attacking you personally more, 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 because they're going to want that feeling of feeling more superior because you had put that on them. You got them used to hyping them up. He told the girl she's a 10 out of 10, da da da, this. She could be saying more bad, negative things if he wasn't doing that, probably. I'm not saying she would. I'm saying probably. Because as soon as I stopped hyping up people I put on pedestal, this was like after like someone came up to me and said, you're better than them. Why would you do that? You know, like, so one example is like, yo, compare yourself to them. Who's more physically fit? Who's more nice to their friends? Who is more invited to things? Who's this? Who's that? Who's that? Blah blah blah. You know, like, the list goes on. You know, they're like, why do you idolize this person when they're not better than you in any way? They lie about most of their accomplishments in order to feel like they're better. You know, why would you idolize them? And like, it never crossed my mind. Like, I knew they'd lie, but like, it never crossed my mind that I'm actually better than the people who I think are better than me. You know. And once I realized that, I actually became more happy, and I stopped idolizing those people, and they showed their true colors. They started being rude. They started being mean, and I ended up spacing myself from those people. You know. And that's what you gotta do. I think he should if this is the case with him, I don't think it is, right? Really, but I don't know. No one knows. He says his piece, she says her piece. He has his opinion on penguins, and everyone's going to take it differently. You know, like, the truth, only him and that girl know.
You took blame for how this stream went when you've done nothing wrong, and it's just sad is all. And I'd like better for you and anyone else in your position.
I don't know. I just know that there is, as hard as that sounds, that there is something positive to take from this, right? For those who are interested, and obviously, you know, with streaming and content, there's like, it just goes hand in hand. Like, what are you okay with, or where people are okay with to like do? And it's just, I just happen to be on that side that's a little bit not, I don't know, I would say risque. That's just how I want to describe it.
Definitely
And,
risque.
but I appreciate the time for you to
Risque.
come talk to me and just
Yeah,
try
of
to
course, man.
understand. And you know, it's been a lot, but I you know, I just I appreciate it, you know, and I wish you well as everything.
Yeah,
Hey man,
as
you
well,
gotta talk to a
I
cool
hope
streamer.
whatever you decide to do, I hope the doctor and all of that works out well, and the brands you're building. I'm wishing you the best of luck with it, brother.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, have a great rest of your night, man. Appreciate the time. Well, that was an interesting conversation. He's just such a seemingly nice guy. Whoops, wrong one. I don't know. Again, I'm not his dad. I wanted to understand. I still don't, but that's his thing, not mine.
Yep, I agree. Definitely his thing. Censored. It's right. Censored, bro. Alright, well, it is what, 1 a.m. probably. Excuse me, 1 a.m. probably now? Yep. 1:04. I am tired. No, I don't want to unleash my inner pro. Alright, I am tired. I hope you all enjoyed the stream, got something out of it or something. I don't know. Yeah, it's definitely an eye opener for some things for me, like how he said that you were the punching bag and stuff. Like, I definitely get that. That's relatable and whatnot. But yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't currently. I wouldn't be able to take some of that stuff. But a lot of times people don't realize that they're being picked on until much later in life when they have that clarity to think more back on, like, hey, actually this person was a jerk, you know? Not everyone has that. But yeah. I hope you all enjoyed the stream. I'm going to sleep. I'm heading off. I might, if I can't sleep, I might stream. Who knows? I might play game, League of Legends, because the ads keep popping up and there's a new update. Yeah, who knows? Who knows? Yeah. Anyways, once again, hope you all enjoyed the stream. I'll see you next one. Peace. I have no idea how long the stream delay is. Sometimes when I turn on my stream, like it, you know, like it cuts off early. So yeah. Bye. Hope you all had a good stream. Oh, and for the people who stayed this long, I know the video stays up for like a week or whatever. So you made this far. Hit the follow, please. I need followers. Share with a friend. All right. I'm done. Bye.